Hi, I'm Will and I run the food page Kitchen Cheers and Ideas on Instagram. So I'm basically starting this new series on YouTube to give people a better insight into different UK based knife makers. The way I'm going to do this is by reviewing 1 to 2 different knife makers a month, and then that will sort of form a collection of videos for you to look through and then give you a better idea of who to choose. To start off the series, we'll be reviewing a really interesting knife maker called Gordon. I've asked him to send me a short clip just sort of briefly introducing himself.
Hi, thanks for checking out Will's review of my kitchen knife. My name is Gordon, I'm 25 and I run Ursineforge. I've studied blacksmithing at the Hereford and Gyuto college and I've been working with metal ever since I was 18. Besides knives, I also do jewellery and sometimes more traditional ironwork. Check out my website.
So that was a brief introduction from Gordon. I asked him to send over a piece of work in order to form the review and give you guys an insight into his work, which I've got behind me just here. It's a really interesting knife as it's made from stainless steel and has an S-type grind, which sets it apart from other knives that you'll find. Moving on to the knife itself, Gordon sent over a really fantastic chef's knife and a handmade leather strop. This is a really nice addition, but I'm not sure whether this would normally come with the purchase of a knife. You'll have to ask him over at Ursineforge. I'll give you a few more seconds just to have a better look at the overall knife. Starting with the handle, it's made from Elforyn, which is a synthetic material meant to resemble ivory. I'll include a link in the description as I've probably butchered the pronunciation. This material is nicely offset by the red G10 liners. As you can see, the stainless steel Corby bolts are very flush with the handle and there's no protruding sections, everything's nice and smooth and well ground. Again, I'll give you a few seconds to have a better look at the handle. Moving on to the blade itself, it's made from an N690 steel, which is a stainless steel, making it quite fiddly to work with. But the advantage of using this steel is it doesn't patina, so it does have the sort of, the stainless qualities, which make it a lot easier and more simple to maintain. The width of the spine out of the blade is about 3mm, which quickly tapers down fairly evenly to about 1mm at the tip. And at the widest point of the blade, the width is about 43mm. At the choil of the knife, it has an S-type grind in order to help with food retention, which you'll see demonstrated in the next section of the review. Moving on to the shape of the knife, the belly curves very gradually from the heel to the tip, allowing you to perform great rock chopping or push cutting methods, making it a very versatile and well-rounded knife. The balance point of the knife is about 1/3 of the way in, just where that Corby bolt is before the blade. I slightly prefer a slightly higher balance point, just over where the heel of the knife is, but this is purely personal preference. And that's the beauty of ordering a handmade knife, is that you can sort of direct how you'd personally like it to be made, so that it suits your style. Overall, the blade is incredibly well done and beautifully sanded. It's incredibly smooth, and even the spine and things have been slightly sanded off to give the more comfortable feel. So this is the handmade leather strop that came with the knife. It's got a rough side and a smooth side, allowing you to get a nice final hone before using it. I'll now use the strop quickly and cut up some paper to show you how sharp it is. So comparing the sharpness of this to the Tasachi Shadow that I reviewed about a month ago, I'd say this is about a 7 and the Tasachi was about an 8. So it's a pretty sharp knife straight out of the box. I'll now give a short demonstration of the knife cutting some different vegetables. So I gave the knife a quick strop on the leather to ensure that it's properly sharpened. I'll try and get some shots of the knife cutting without having to hold the piece of fruit, just to show you really how sharp it is. This was the first time I used the knife, so I didn't do a great job of the first few cuts, but as you'll see it slowly, I get better and better with it. So now moving on from the cucumber onto the tomato, I'll do the same thing. So you can see how thin you can get those slices of tomato. Now I've done those shots of cutting without holding the fruit, I'll just prepare the tomato and cucumber just to show you how well it slices through and how good the food retention on it is with this S grind. So that was a short demonstration of it cutting tomato and cucumber. As you can see, it cut through really easily, as you'd expect. But yeah, it really was a pleasure to use. So to conclude my review of Ursineforge, I would highly recommend you use his services if you want a custom knife made. The knife he sent showed a wide range of skills through the use of stainless steel and the S-type grind for better food retention. I would especially recommend you use his services if you'd like a stainless steel knife made, as many knife makers in the UK won't provide this service. I'll include a link in the description to his Instagram so you can check out some of the other knives he's made. Thanks for watching my review, and please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.